Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is Spyderco Ladybug stainless steel handle. It is a little scratched up because I've actually had this for a while now. Right, and this is 2.5 inches closed. This is a tiny knife. Right, now if you're like me, you've occasionally wondered, what is the smallest knife I could get that's actually still a knife? I mean, yeah, there are a lot of micro, mini, plastic, junk-ass knives that are small, but I don't consider those real knives because the quality is so poor, you're not going to be cutting much with them. All right, so in my quest for the smallest real folding knife that's still a knife, this is what I have come up with. The blade length is just under 2 inches by my measurement. VG10 stainless steel. Yeah, look at those spider edge serrations. That was a big part of my decision to get this particular knife. Now Spyderco does have other smaller knives. I think they have like the Honeybee or something like that. But they did not have serrated knives that were smaller that I saw. Alright, but I'll talk more about that later as far as why I chose serrations. But you know, the use of tiny little knives like this is, well, one use is survival kits. You know, this is, let's see, let's get one of these tins. This is a tin from my through knife, but it's also very similar to what you see those people with survival kits that have a survival tin. And a knife like this, one use of it would be to have an actual real knife, not this BS with like, I taped a razor blade in the kit. No offense, I mean, razor blades have their purpose, but this is a real actual, you can slice with this. You know what I mean? Like, you can slice like a regular knife. It's not just a draw cutter. So yeah, as far as fitting into survival kits, a mini knife like this is of interest. Fits quite well into this. This would make an excellent kit knife, kind of like the smallest real folding knife that would actually be worth putting in the kit. Alright, 2-inch blade. Yeah, exactly. When I say real knife, I mean you can really cut with this knife. When they say razor sharp, this is sharper than a lot of razors. Very nice. It's I'm gonna try to do a really slow cut. Yeah, this, you can legitimately say that in an emergency, this could legitimately be used as a scalpel in terms of like first aid uses or any sort of emergency, cutting straps and so forth. And you might say, well, what about a fixed blade? In an emergency, I want a fixed blade because it's stronger. Well, you could go that route. Okay, this is a Nemesis knife. It's one of the smallest fixed blades. It's an actual real freaking knife. This will not fit in a little kit like that. It's actually longer than even this small tin. Okay, so that is the difference. And as far as the strength issue with folder versus fixed blades, I totally understand that. In fact, they have this in an FRN handle. The reason I got the stainless steel, even though it's heavier, is because I do understand that you want, in an emergency, you do want something that is very strong, and just the solid steel is just stronger. So yeah, it's a good compromise, having a compact folder, but still pretty damn strong. Now, just to show how small this knife is, this right here is a Delica. Delica, already known as a small knife. This is a Dragonfly, significantly smaller than the Delica, and then the Ladybug, actually significantly smaller even than the Dragonfly, which is a very small knife by folding knife standards. Alright, you see that there. Okay, so truly, Dragonfly is an awesome freaking knife, by the way. Yeah, check out the review of that. But yeah, that should give you a good idea the smallest, but with a very big bite. All right, now let me go over why would you use full serrations on a survival kit knife. What about the plain edge? Well, there is some logic behind my choice. In any type of little survival kit, you're already going to have a plain edge usually, because even a tiny kit will contain a Leatherman Micra, or in my case, a Leatherman Squirt, and those already come with a little plain-edged pen knife. Okay, so you already have a plain edge represented in your typical survival kit, so I don't want to be redundant. I mean, if I was going to get another plain edge, you know, there wouldn't be much point in having a separate knife. Okay, so this gives a different type of cutting. It brings a different type of cutting to your toolbox, as you can do the sawing cuts. And also, honestly, with Spyderco serrations, these things are so sharp that they can do the same slicing as a plain edge. So you might say, well, if they can do what a plain edge does, why doesn't everything just have serrations? Because if you use this a lot and you have to resharpen it, you know, it's more of a pain in the butt to resharpen. So as far as maintaining the edge and resharpening, it's not as good. But as far as actual use, this will slice. These serrations are just so well done, it'll slice like a plain edge. So basically, one of the smallest goddamn knives that's actually a knife. Very few miniature knives will do this, and very few serrated knives will do this. Like, if you have bad serrations, you know, that are just all jagged, they will not slice through. It's just gonna rip, and it's crap. So yeah, pretty much one of the smallest. What am I doing here? One of the smallest knives that's an actual frickin' knife, small enough to legitimately be carried on your keychain and not be a nuisance. Great for survival kits as well. Yeah, pretty awesome. I recommend this version. This is the strongest stainless steel handle, fully serrated. Ladybug in the house. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.